Picture this. You guys, today we are out with the Hadzabe tribe, and they are tracking a massive python hidden somewhere out there in the thick brush. Let me tell you, trying to spot one of these monsters is no joke. Stick around and watch how this all goes down, because pulling this off takes some serious grit, insane patience, and next-level survival skills. The sun was barely peeking over the horizon out on the Tanzanian plains. With the very first rays of dawn creeping over that bone-dry brush, a squad of hunters slipped out of their camp into the eerie, quiet morning chill. Nobody said a single word, just the soft crunch of dirt under their feet and those eagle eyes scanning every inch of the wild. They were navigating this sketchy patch of dead tree stumps and thick scrub when suddenly, the lead hunter froze dead in his tracks. He threw his hand up, signaling the crew to hold up. Barely 10 feet away, totally camouflaged in a mess of dead leaves and tangled branches, sat an absolute beast of a python, just chilling quietly in the shadows.
Look at this.
This thick, muscular serpent wasn't moving a muscle, blending in so flawlessly with the muddy ground and dead foliage that it practically disappeared. The insane patterns on its scales were literally the perfect disguise for this rugged terrain. Seriously, if you weren't looking specifically for it, you would step right past or maybe even right on this massive predator. They kept a super safe gap between them. Nobody dared to rush in. Pythons are pure muscle and can strike like lightning if you spook them. From that second on, every single twitch had to be totally calculated and ridiculously slow. One of the guys eased a few steps sideways, just trying to get a clean line of sight through the thorny brush. The rest of the crew turned into absolute statues, locking their eyes on the snake. It got so incredibly quiet out there that you could literally hear the morning breeze, rustling right through the brittle grass of the plant. The snake was just hanging out in the shade, wrapped tight against this little stump. Then, its head hovered just an inch off the dirt, tasting the air like it knew something was up. As the morning light finally cut through the canopy, you could clearly see just how gigantic this thing really was. The guy with the bow shifted his weight ever so slightly. He held his ground, his eyes burning a hole into that snake, just waiting for the perfect split second to strike. When you are rolling with this tribe, you learn real fast that extreme patience isn't just a strategy. It is the lifeblood of every single hunt. Then, the python shifted just a fraction, exposing a tiny sliver of its midsection right through a break in the leaves. That was it, the green light. The bowstring snapped with a quiet whip, and the arrow ripped through the air, dead on target. Instant chaos. The python exploded into action, its massive body thrashing and tearing through the dry brush, whipping leaves and dirt everywhere. Just like that, they bagged an incredible catch before breakfast.
Ready?
Clean shot. Out here in the vast wilds of Tanzania, scoring a kill like this has absolutely zero to do with luck. It is all about the deep-rooted instincts, razor-sharp awareness, and hardcore survival tactics that these guys have been handing down for countless generations. If you guys are hooked and want to see more insane action with the tribe, go check out our last video where we chased down a wild boar out in the bush. What do you guys think? Could you spot a hidden python out there? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Man, what a rush. When the crew rolled back into camp, folks started making their way over to the central clearing, the usual hangout spot after a big run. They laid out their prize right there on the dirt by the fire pit. There was no crazy cheering or wild celebration, just a super chill vibe as everybody stepped up to prep the food exactly the same way their ancestors have been doing it for hundreds of years. You absolutely love to see it. A few of the guys went off grabbing whatever dry kindling they could find, while the others got the roasting pit all set up. Before you knew it, they had a crackling little campfire going right in the heart of the camp. The dry twigs caught beautifully, throwing off this really cozy orange glow and sending a lazy trail of smoke straight up into that massive African sky. You could smell that sweet wood smoke drifting everywhere. When it came to cooking up the catch, they kept it incredibly real and straightforward. No fancy pans or crazy culinary tricks out here. They just laid those fresh cuts right next to the blazing coals, letting the radiant heat do its magic. As the meat sizzled and cooked through, this mouth-watering, smoky barbecue smell completely took over the camp. One by one, the whole crew started drifting toward the campfire. You had folks popping a squat in the dirt, others just leaning in close, keeping the chatter real low. You could feel the whole vibe of the camp just exhale, finally unwinding after a brutal, adrenaline-fueled morning out there on the savannah. Even the little kids crept up to the flames, eyes wide as saucers, completely mesmerized as the feast came together. The murmur of voices blending with the snap and pop of burning wood, it's that classic, cozy afternoon feeling they know so well. You could really feel it in the air. A total sense of relief, man. Once that meat was done, it was handed out just like that. No fighting, no keeping score, no complicated rules. They just passed the grub around the circle until every single person had a piece in their hands. But for the Hadza tribe, tearing into a meal isn't just about filling your stomach. It's when they swap stories about the hunt, keeping that deep, ancient bond with the wild completely alive. Out there in the endless Tanzanian bush, these chill campfire moments play out day after day, exactly how generations of Hadza have survived and thrived in this hardcore
meat is
environment.
really good.
Hey, smash that like button if you're absolutely hooked on real-deal survival stories like this. Picture this. That massive slab of python meat finally finishes roasting, and this intense smoky scent just takes over the whole campsite. It was like a magnet. The glowing orange flames lit up their faces, painting this incredible, tight-knit picture right in the dead center of the brutal savanna. One of the lead hunters grabs a thick branch, muscling that heavy, sizzling snake straight out of the white-hot coals. The skin was perfectly charred, this rich, crackling brown, while you just knew the meat inside was insanely tender. No fancy plates or silverware here, just bare, calloused hands that know exactly how to work the wild. This catch was pure gold to them. They broke it down into perfect chunks. The elders got served first, total respect, and then the hunters and everyone else grabbed their share. See, splitting the haul is the absolute core of the Hadza way of life. Every time they pull off a crazy, high-stakes hunt, it's not just dinner, it's what glues their entire tribe together. No leftovers around here, just pure appreciation for the meal. And then, the story started flowing. A low buzz of chatter started echoing around the flames. Guys were reliving the exact heart-stopping second they locked eyes with that monster python hiding in the brush. The rest of the crew listened, cracking up as they replayed. The most adrenaline-pumping, sketchiest parts of the chase. Way out on the horizon, the savanna was fading into these gorgeous, golden, fiery sunset colors. A cool breeze swept through the dry grass, bringing in those haunting, wild sounds of the bush. After busting their tails all day, this simple chunk of meat was the ultimate payout for the crew. Nothing fancy, just a crackling fire, good grub, and that fierce spirit of having each other's backs. For the Hadza, every single dawn on the savanna is a brand new, wild ride. And as the pitch black of night rolls in, they know tomorrow means tracking fresh prints through the dirt all over again. They're absolute legends out here. By the way, if you want to see the absolutely heart-stopping moment, these guys came face-to-face with a massive lion out in the bush. You have got to check out our last video. If these crazy wilderness adventures get your blood pumping, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on the action. Drop a comment down below, too. We really want to know what wild corner of the world you guys want us to check out next.